Welcome to Buckeyes Tomorrow Morning for Saturday, June 6th. I'm your host, Tom Orr. The Ball State game in 91 days, the game against Michigan in 175 days. Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse sponsoring the show today, the award-winning upscale steakhouse in downtown Columbus, named one of the top 50 steakhouses in America by Food Network. Just go to jeffruby.com/Columbus to check out the menu and make a reservation today. All right, we got to talk quarterbacks on today's show. We got to talk quarterback recruiting. A little bit of quarterback recruiting drama going on this weekend. Ohio State's 2027 quarterback commit, Brady Edmunds. He's coming off a week at the Elite 11, and now this weekend, he is visiting UCLA. He is a California kid, so this would be kind of the hometown school. UCLA's got some momentum right now on the recruiting trail under new head coach Bob Chesney. Going to welcome in Juck Miletti of BuckeyeInsiders.com. Juck, is this a surprise to Ohio State that Brady Edmunds is taking a visit to UCLA?
No. In fact, he visited twice over the spring, and he's had a couple schools come in and visit him. Northwestern, I think Illinois was scheduling to come see him. But it's UCLA and Chesney who've really been impressing Brady, made a move, obviously got him there twice over the spring. But he was holding off on this official, and essentially what he was saying was if Ohio State ends up bringing in someone for a visit, didn't seem to publicly mind kind of the barnstorming tour that Billy Fessler did over the last month to see all these other quarterbacks. But basically said if it starts to move enough where they schedule an official, he's going to have to then go ahead and look out for himself and make sure that his options are open and available as well. And did something happen different at Ohio State that has made him schedule this now? Because he scheduled it and immediately it was for this weekend. I don't know, Tom. I don't know the answer to that, but the timing also lines up with a little bit about maybe another quarterback potentially saying, I'm not going to be in a 2-quarterback class that they may be pursuing.
Yeah, so let's talk about that other quarterback, and that is Trae Taylor. He is out of Omaha. He's actually ranked a little bit higher than Brady Edmunds. He's been committed to Nebraska for more than a year, and right now his only official visit is scheduled for Nebraska. But ...
Yeah, he in a lot of people's minds, and he won the Elite 11, but even going into the Elite 11, a lot of people think this is the number one quarterback in the country, and he's the only one that Billy Fessler went and legitimately saw 12 quarterbacks throw. And this was over the spring, or over this most recent period, and this was the only one that he offered. Pursued some, kicked the tires on some, but this was the only one that they're really going after. And his dad has made that clear and put Ohio State out in the news twice in On3 articles for everyone to read. The most recent one saying Billy Fessler called me 3 times. I got to call him back, just kind of, making it look like Ohio State's really chasing us. And he also made sure to make it a point in that article to say that we've said we're not interested in a 2-quarterback class. And just a day later, we hear the news. Here goes Brady's visit to UCLA. The timing is interesting.
Yeah, and we're sort of connecting dots here, and it's not, no one has come out and said officially, yes, this is exactly what's happening and why it's happening and when it's happening and all that kind of stuff. But you can connect the dots, certainly. What is it about Trae Taylor that Ohio State likes?
I don't think any of this is as much about Trae Taylor as it is about Brady Edmunds. And I think that this is not Ohio State cooling on Brady Edmunds as much as Brady Edmunds' style. And I think that what they've done here is kind of gone through a bit of a philosophical change. It's just my opinion. But I think that they want to make sure that moving forward, they have the option to include some quarterback run. Brady does not give you this option at all. He can, move a little bit in the pocket, but he's not a guy you're ever going to call his number. And that's basically it. And that's what caused Billy Fessler to, once they missed out on Champ Mons, which was a different story, right? Champ was their 28 guy who reclassified. They weren't going after 2 quarterbacks, but Champ reclassified, and then it was like, okay, we'll take 2. Champ commits to Notre Dame, and then immediately he goes and sees 12 different guys. And it's just like, okay, they're making it clear, and every single one of those guys is a guy that could move. That, to me, just kind of reading the tea leaves here, I think this is about mobility, and Brady doesn't have it. And as loyal as he's been and as awesome as he's been, he's looking at the best of the bunch here, and the best of the bunch is Trae Taylor. Also, can you beat out Nebraska? Maybe easier than you can potentially beat out Israel Abrams, committed to Miami, etc. Maybe so.
And with Trae Taylor, this feels to me like one of those, we can talk about it a bunch. His dad can talk about it a bunch. Until he gets off a plane at John Glenn Airport in Columbus, it feels like this is a lot of talk and kind of wake me up when the plane lands.
Sure. It's a real scenario that he could be working Nebraska to beef up his offer. It's what many of us would do in the business world. We're going to leverage this guy off this guy if we get an opportunity to do so. And Ohio State is in a convenient spot to assist them to do that if that's what they want to do. And if that's the way it ends up, we would look at him and say, well played. I mean, he's done it very savvy, brought up Ohio State a couple times and put it in Nebraska's ear. They know who the big bully on the block is in the Big Ten. But they beat us not too far ago for a 5-star cornerback. So they can swing. They can swing for the fences for sure. And when we look at Nebraska getting the number 1 quarterback in the country again, they got Dylan Raiola a couple years ago. It didn't work out, but getting another swing, I don't think anybody thought after Dylan Raiola that these guys would get another swing at a number 1 dude, and they got another one committed. Matter of fact, the family's supposedly moving down from Illinois to Nebraska here real soon to live closer to Lincoln for the rest of his senior year.
So there you go. There's your update on the quarterback recruiting right now. Brady Edmunds making a visit to UCLA this weekend. We will see if that impacts his standing in the Ohio State class, if Bob Chesney can sell him on being a Bruin. And if you watch the show that Tony Gerderman and I did, ranking the Big Ten coaches, he and I are both very impressed with Bob Chesney.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring on there, Tom. I think the guy's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. A track record of winning everywhere he's been and winning in places where it has been hard to win and other people have not won. Lots of people have not won, and he has won. So, yeah, I think he is a rising star in the coaching profession, and UCLA seems like they have maybe woken up a little bit as a football program. So that's one to watch this weekend. We'll probably have an update on that for you sometime early next week. We'll keep you posted on the Trae Taylor front as well, and whatever else is going on in recruiting. We will talk about it with you at BuckeyeInsiders.com, YouTube.com/@BuckeyeInsiders, and of course on all of our podcasts. You know about Buckeyes Tomorrow Morning. You know about the Buckeye Weekly podcast. You may not know about The Time and Change Will Surely Show. It is a great podcast name. Tony and Juck do that one. A look at Ohio State football in the past, present, and the future. Kind of a cool concept for a show. That one has just launched. You can search for that wherever you get Buckeyes Tomorrow Morning, wherever you get Buckeye Weekly. We will probably drop the first episode of that in this feed for you as well at some point in the next day or two, just so you can check that show out. And just a little reminder to go to subscribe to that one as well. And thank you to our friends at Jeff Ruby's of Columbus, proudly offering nationally acclaimed USDA prime steaks, seafood and sushi, impeccable service, live entertainment, and an attention to detail that is simply unmatched. Just go to jeffruby.com/Columbus to check out the menu and make a reservation today. That'll do it for today. Thank you guys all for joining us. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.